Hello friends, in this video we are going to see what is filter, sort and map in Java 8 streams. In the last video we saw what was streams and how to use that, and in this video we are going to see what is intermediate operations and how to use those. That said, let's directly get into the topic. So as we have already seen, streams is something that is used to work on collections, arrays or IOs. So basically it was introduced as part of 1.8, and it also introduces functional programming to Java. And if at all, if we wanted to iterate through something and to do something with the result, we traditionally go with Java, one of the for loops. There are types of for loops in the Java language. We can go with the traditional for, or you can go with enhanced for, or you can even go with iterator, and using the while loop we can get the object out of the collection. But using the stream, we can do the same thing and then also more effectively with minimal number of coding. When I say minimal number of coding, minimal number of lines. Also it will make our code look cleaner, and also it will avoid a lot of boilerplate coding that we will be doing whenever we use traditional for loops. So that said, in order to learn the stream, we one must have to know what is lambda expression and how to use it. And if you are someone who does not know what is lambda expression, then I would strongly suggest you to go and watch my video on lambda expression, and then come back to this video, so that way it will it will be more meaningful for you. And I assume that you know lambda expression now. I'm continuing with my agenda today. So we have stream, and then stream works in a certain way. That means when you want to work on a stream, you need to have a collection, array, or IO. So that said, whatever the list that you have, let's say that you have an array list, you want to iterate to the list. The array list that we have is the source, okay? And then in the source, from the source we can open up a stream, and then when we open up a stream, then it is ready for us, and we can do whatever we want. And as I have already said, stream has two set of functions. One is intermediate functions, and another one is terminal function. Intermediate functions are something that works on the stream, but you can never get the output of the intermediate operation. When I say output, intermediate operation will be input to another. It will always return a stream. Let me put it this way. So when you use sort, it will give you the stream as an output of the sort, and then that will be input for filter, and then that will give a stream, and then that will be an input for map, and then that will give a stream, and that will be input for collector. And collect is one of the terminal operator, so that will allow us to collect it in whatever way we want. We can collect it in a list, we can collect it in a map, we can collect it in set, whatever the way we want to collect it, we can use collect. So that said, intermediate functions are optional, but whenever you open up a stream, you must always end with a terminal operator. And since intermediate operations are optional, so it is not always required whenever you open up a stream, but it allows us to do certain things, and that's what we are going to see in this video. That said, let's get into an example and see how it works. So now I have a class and a main method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class student, and so I have 4 instance variable in student class: student ID, name, height, and weight. And then let me go ahead and create a constructor for it. So I have a parameterized constructor, and I would also like to override to string method. So okay, so this is my student class, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list of students, and I'm going to have it as part of an array list. So student Alex height is 5 feet, and then let me put his weight as 60 kg, and 2, I'm going to ID, going to put Siva, and his height is 6, and his weight is 70 kg. I'm going to have another guy, and he is 4 feet, and weight is 2, and his weight is 5, his height is let's put 6. Let's put it 4. Okay, so now we have created the 4 student objects, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load them into a list. Okay, so now I have 4 students, and then I have them as part of a list. So if at all, if I want to iterate through this list, and I want to print the student detail, so traditionally what we do is we go with for loop. So let me use enhanced for. So if that is the case, what we do is we'll just print as, since we have overridden toString, so it's going to print the value. Okay, so it has printed the value. So this is the way we do using the for loop until Java 1.8 was out. But after 1.8, after the streams introduction in 1.8, so how we can do the same thing is using stream, and then with very minimal number of lines. Let's say what I have done is here I opened up a for loop, and I have closed my for loop, and then I have a list, and then I'm holding to the local for loop variable, and then I'm passing it to the for loop block, and here it prints. But when we use stream, so same thing can be done with just this code. That is it. Here you see, so it has printed 4 objects. So can you see the difference? Like, so here how we have done, and how with this single line of code which took care of the printing the value, instead of now opening up a for loop and closing it, and all these are like boilerplate code that we have to do with traditional for loop. With stream, we don't have to take care of anything. We just have to open up a stream, and then this is one of the terminal operator, and which takes an consumer. This is a method reference. No? We are passing the method reference of the out object inside the system class, and then it takes care of printing the value. And this is the very basic introduction to stream. But what we can see now is, let's see how to use streams filter, sort, and then map. These three are intermediate form operations, and that's what we are going to see today. So that said, let's directly get into it. So now I have a student list, and so whenever you want to work on stream, you have to open up a stream. So what you can do is, like, when you have a list or any collection, so you always have a stream method as part of it after now 1.8. so when you put now dot operator following the reference variable, so you will get list of methods, and here you see stream. So when you select that method, the return of that stream is a stream, so that returns a stream. And on stream you can always call a stream method. So what we are going to use is filter. So what filter does is, so it opens up the stream for this list, and then on that list, if you want to apply some filter, you can take advantage of the filter method. So basically what you need to give is, you have to give the filter condition that you want to apply there. So in this case, what I want to do is, I want to find out the students who are uh, taller than 5 feet, or equal to the 5 feet or taller. So that said, what I'm going to do is, students height, and put 5. So what it is going to do is, okay, so when I run this, it's going to give me the output. So basically what this has done is, the student.stream has opened up a stream, and then to that stream I have applied the filter. In the filter I have given my lambda expression. What I have done is, I'm taking an every object, and I'm checking if the student's height is greater than or equal to 5, and then if it returns true, then that is output of that object is has been selected, and then it goes through each and every object in the stream, and then whatever has passed the condition will be input as a new stream. And then using the terminal operation, what I have done is, I'm collecting those values to a new list, and that's what is written. And then I have assigned that value to my local variable in the method, which is basically an assignment variable. And then on that local variable, again I am calling for each, and then for each also one of the stream method, which is a terminal function. And then what it does is, it is going to pass each and every value to this method reference, and then that gets printed here. So so this is what you can do with stream. When it comes to a filter, you can easily filter out the records in the stream. The same thing, if you wanted to do with the traditional way, what we would have done is, we would have opened up a for loop, and then inside the for loop we would have checked for that condition, and then whenever an object is selected after the condition, I mean, once a condition is passed, that object is selected, then what we do is, we would open up a list outside the for loop, and then we would add it to that list, and then end of the for loop we would have all the values that are passed through the condition, and then we will print. But with the stream, what we have done is, we have accomplished all those things with just the single line of code. Opened up a stream, we applied the filter, and then we collected the values. So this is the power of stream. And as I have said, Filter is one of the intermediate function. It is again optional, so this stream can also work this way. If you just take out this piece of code, it will still work. If you just take out, and it will work, right? It will still work, but it does not filter out anything. It is going to print all 4 objects. Okay. So so that's what filter does. And then let's see what we can do with sort method. So in the sort method, basically we use sort method to sort the values in the stream. And that said, let's apply the sort thing to here. So we have the stream now. Then I'm going to call the sort. So in the sort, I want to sort by student's name. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. Then I need to two values. S2. So when we run this, it's going to sort them. See, here it has sorted Alex, Babu, Muthu and Siva. So this is what sort will do. Basically it will collect the the stream will open up the stream, and then this sort will basically applies the sort logic whatever we have given in the lambda expression, and then the output is collected, and then that is passed to the collect method, which in turns will make it into a list, and then it returns a list, and that's what is assigned to this local variable. And then from the local variable we have just printed this. So again, sort is one of the intermediate operations in stream, and it's not always required. It is an optional, and that's what sort will do. And then one more thing that I want to bring here is intermediate functions can always be chained. When I say chained, you can get the output of one of the intermediate functions, and then you can make that as an input for the another intermediate function. Let's see how to do that. So what I'm going to do is let's say that I want to filter out people. So let's say that I want to filter out again. What can we do? Okay, let's go with weight this time. So I want to filter out the students who are whose weight is greater than or equal to 70 kgs. And also I want to sort the student by student ID. So what I am going to do is I can just go with this one, sorted, and let me call it as this is one. Sort takes two parameters. Let me call it as S2, S3. I'm going to use compactor method in the integer wrapper class, and okay. So what I have done is I cannot directly compare the primitive value, so I have just converted into integer, and then I am using the compare to method inside the integer class to compare these two objects, and then once that is returned, I'm going to collect it into a list. Okay, so so let's see what we have done here. So we have opened up a stream from the list, and then we have applied this filter condition. Basically we are filtering out students whose weight is greater than or equal to 70 kg, and then on top of it what we are doing is we are sorting that by student's ID, and then we are collecting the list. So if you look at here, we have used multiple intermediate operations, and as I have already said, in streams you can use one or more intermediate operations, but you can have only one terminal operation. In this stream, collect is a terminal operation, and sort and filter are intermediate operations. And again I repeat myself, you can have one or more intermediate operations, and this is called chaining. So the output of one intermediate operation will be input of another intermediate operation. In this case, whatever the students or whoever has been filtered out by this filter, and that is written as a stream. On that stream we have applied this sort logic. Basically it is sorting by the student ID, and that in turn returns a stream, and that is passed to this collect method, which is a terminal operation which will allow us to collect in whatever the format we want. In this case we are collecting it by list. So that's why we are using collectors.toList, and it gives us a list, and then we are holding that value in this local variable, and then the next line what we are doing is we are printing the value inside that object. So let me go and run this. Okay, so we have got the output, and also it has sorted by the student ID, and also it is giving us only students who are whose weight is 70 or higher. So this is how we use filter or sort functionality, and let's see how to use map. So map is one of the intermediate function, and what map will allow us to do is it will allow us to convert an object from one form to another form, or to create a new result. So when I say that, we can see that with the same example. So here before collecting it, what we can do is let's say that I just want to find only the student name. I don't want any other information. I just need only student names whose weight is 70 or higher, and even I just want that names to be sorted by the name. So in that case what I want to do is I just want to apply the sort logic that we have written here. The only thing is I have to change the value. So okay, and then since we need only a student name, what we can do is we can as I dot name. We have to use string here because we are picking up only name from the student. So so let me walk you through, guys. So what we have done is we have opened up the stream, and we have applied this filter. Basically it filters the students with the weight higher than 70 or equal to or higher than 70 kg, and then using the sort I am sorting the output with student's name, and then that will return a stream. To that stream what I have done is I am applying the map, and as I have already said, map will allow us to transform the object from one form to another form. In this case, what I am doing is I'm basically it's not only one form to another form. Even if you want to do something more, like let's say that until this we do not have a parameter or we do not have value, you can also manipulate that value. So it's not always one form to another form. When I say you can transform it, let's say that you have a student object, but you want to populate based on some logic. You can also write a lambda expression, and you can do whatever you want and you can return. But let's not get there. But at the high level, just think it like that, it is to convert something. So that's what this map is doing here. So basically it is taking every object and then it is getting the name value of that object, which is again a string. So the string will be the output of this map. I mean, when I say a string, and the stream output of the stream output is going to have just list of no string, and then that is passed to the collect method, and the purpose of collect is to collect the values. And then in this case we are saying that we want that to be a list. So that's why it is returning a list of string. If you want to collect the student's id, so in this case you will use id, and then it will return an integer value, and then that integer value can be collected as a list of integer and then student ids. And that's how we use map is to convert something from one form to another form. And that's it. Let's go and run this and see our output. Okay, it has filtered and also it has sorted by the name. So what it has done is it has filtered, it has sorted, and then it has also converted the student object to just a string value, which is name. And then that is collected, and then that is getting printed using this sysout statement in the for each. So this is what we can accomplish with streams intermediate operation. And in this video we have seen how to use filter, how to use sort, and then how to use map intermediate operation. And I think that's what I wanted to cover today. And thanks for watching this video, and bye bye.